John Rothstein, friend of the program, mentioned that going back to last season, of course, there was John Calipari's return to Kentucky game Arkansas won. Rothstein is saying that the Arkansas players told Calipari before that game, "Don't worry, coach, we're going to get him," ahead of the Kentucky game, which of course Arkansas went out and did, which makes sense. Arkansas played with a little bit more energy and emotion than they had to that point in the season and got that win. Um, Kind of makes sense that Arkansas players would understand the magnitude of that game, also considering a number of them came from Kentucky with Calipari. Does any of this surprise you that Arkansas's roster kind of took this on themselves to get them, as they would say for Calipari?
Nah, it wasn't that the whole point. Like
Yes.
that was the whole point. Like it doesn't surprise me. It is that is what makes Cal Cal though, right? And I say this about Louisville and Kentucky, where the rosters kind of replicate the coach's personality. It's not Mark Pope's personality to kind of have that like let's go get this one aspect of things. He wants to go get every game. And the Arkansas game, yes, it has a magnitude to it. So does if they play like Southeastern Missouri Junior College. That is who Mark Pope is. Um, that's the competitive nature that makes him so endeared within Kentucky circles, but also amongst his rosters. What endears Calipari to guys is they genuinely care about the dude. They genuinely have relationships beyond basketball with him. I'm not saying Mark Pope doesn't have relationships with his players beyond basketball or Pat Kelsey doesn't either, but we haven't seen it necessarily yet because of how early on in their coaching careers it is versus Cal's like I mean, AD, Cat, so on and so forth. Like they do something big in their lives and they're on the phone with Calipari. Now, maybe they just can't not pick the phone up. That that's between them to figure out. But like you do see like something big happens in their lives, and Cal's either there, he's on the phone. You see it with Izzo and Draymond all the time too, and
Hmm.
Jaren as well as other Michigan State players. Coaches sometimes have that fatherly aspect to them that transcends any time period you can play in college. And Cal has that aspect to him. And his players knew this meant something to him and they went and did it. That's who Cal is. That's just Cal being Cal.
How much of that game and that feeling comes from wanting to do it for Calipari versus wanting to do it for themselves? DJ Wagner, Duthiero, Big Z, like they all went with him. They were all at Kentucky. So like, and they did follow Cal. So like, kind of your point, there is that too. But there is also the other current of like, that's my former school too.
I think n- minimal because what Kentucky fans love about Pope is that the players and Pope are there for the university. What they hated about Cal is that the players were there for Cal. And I think that's why we're going to go get this for you. I don't care. I would have went to Memphis with you. Kentucky was just where you happened to be. And that's the difference between the programs now and before. And that doesn't mean Cal didn't have a whole bunch of success at Kentucky. Clearly, 2012 national champs. It doesn't mean Mark Pope's going to have no success at Kentucky. He's clearly going to be phenomenal. I've said it a million times. My conversation for best coach in college basketball for the next 10 years starts with Mark Pope, and it will until he proves something different. But I don't think that much just because they followed Cal to Arkansas. Like, I mean, come on, man. Nobody's trying to live in Arkansas on purpose.
Calipari is apparently.
That's where the money was.
If I can, um, if I can put my Greg Waddell hat on for a second, we're gonna flip the way these were last year. Why are we still talking about this?
It's Cal.
Right, but like
Yeah.
this is one game during the regular season last year. Why does it hold so much magnitude? Like to me, this is very much still in the mindset of Arkansas is trying to beat Kentucky, while
Yeah.
Kentucky is trying to, win number nine.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, but that's Cal
That
though.
doesn't that doesn't that's not a negative.
I think, well, a couple things. One, this Arkansas team is going to be really good too, and they're flying very much so
I
under.
don't know that it is.
Uh, A Cuff, when A Cuff is done, when A Cuff is done, don't be surprised if he's in the top three. Like when A Cup is done, don't be surprised if one of them falls out of it. I love Michael Brown, phenomenal summer for Michael Brown. When A Cup is done, I think that combo is going to be flipped
Do we need to show bet Michael Brown versus Darius Acuff?
in terms of who gets drafted first.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
What are we betting?
Um, I don't know because
$370?
I was going to say something Final Four
Yeah.
related, but the draft is after the Final Four. I do think when we get to the Final Four, I think my point will be proven. Like it'll be done.
Well, that's fine. I think my point would. I think we'll know.
I
I
think
think we'll
if we
know.
get to one of the times that we're in the same area, drinks for the night are on whoever the loser is. If we know at the Final Four, like who's going first, I'm okay purchasing the drinks for the first night of the Final Four.
I feel bad for you, man.
Today's video is sponsored by LabCorp On Demand. Car, do you take care of yourself?
I try my best to, yeah.
Like not just treat yourself to expensive meals, but like you go to the doctor and things like that?
No, I just take care of myself. There's no need to go to the doctor unless I'm not taking care of myself, right?
Are you afraid of the doctor, Cart?
Just a little bit. I mean, if nothing's wrong, why would I go there?
Listen, I'm the same way, and so are millions of men across America. But that's why LabCorp On Demand is helping millions of people like us. With their men's health test, you can get a comprehensive look at your hormone levels, your total testosterone, and you don't even have to go to the doctor. It's easy, and you get the results the next day.
Testosterone, is that a big thing?
It's a really important thing, Cart. Sometimes you can feel off without even knowing something's wrong. But LabCorp On Demand wants to keep you healthy and wants to make it as easy as possible. Right now, you can get 20% off your men's health test by visiting our sponsor at tryelco.com/sleepersmedia. It's simple, affordable, and honestly, it's empowering to know that you're healthy and have this info about your body.
Didn't know that testosterone did all those things. I'm gonna have to take the guesswork out of this and go get my health checked out today using LabCorp On Demand.
I don't because I'm telling you right now, I don't. I watched like I've watched Michael Brown a lot. Like A Cup is smooth and consistent. Michael Brown is loud, and this summer was the perfect time to be loud. But A Cup is smooth. So we'll see. But I think this Arkansas team is gonna be really good. And yeah, we're talking about that because what Cal loves to do is take the attention off his guys on purpose. And that's what he's doing right now. Don't talk about us. Please do not talk about us because we might start slow. And if we start slow, I don't want you talking about us. And that's what Cal does. And his teams do start slow. They ramp up and they're fine. We've seen it a million times. This is Cal manipulating the story.
Counterpoints. Is he taking the attention off his players or is he putting the attention on himself? Because that's been the Cal criticism. And are they typically fine? Because that would be my argument is that for the last half decade that they haven't been fine. I know they beat St. John's last year, right, to make the Sweet 16. There was a reason that meant something. So it's the first time he made the second weekend since like 2019, 2018. I don't know if like to
I
me,
mean,
I think the focus for Calipari in Arkansas is not on making a Final Four. I think it's on beating Kentucky. Now, beating Kentucky and going further than Kentucky may mean making a Final Four, maybe a byproduct of that. But to me, this is just like, you know, can they have like the picture of Kentucky that they're chasing, not the goal of winning a natty.
if Kentucky's goal is to win a natty and Calipari's goal is to beat Kentucky, then his goal is also to win a natty, ultimately. And maybe there's a ghost he's chasing in between it. But at the end of the day, listen, I love Kentucky. Love Mark Pope. On paper, Kentucky way better. Not way better. Not way better. Kentucky is better than Arkansas this year. It's closer than I think anybody thinks, though. It's closer. And I will say this, a lot of it falls on JQ being healthy for me with Kentucky. If
That's a big
JQ is
piece.
healthy, completely different discussion on this team than if it looks like, hey, it's going to take him a second to come back. I think I've had Kentucky in my top three the whole offseason. I think it goes Purdue, Houston, Kentucky, Duke. That's my top four. But I think Arkansas is like 9, 10, 11 though. And I think last year we kind of did the same thing where it's like, whoa, Kentucky's really good. Arkansas is terrible. Then you look up, they're both in the Sweet 16. These
Yeah.
teams have been very similar every step of the way. I look at the 2026 class. Kentucky's 2026 class is going to be loaded. You look up, Arkansas is kind of right there too. You know what I mean? It just continues to happen where it's like, I think what Mark Pope does at the moment is loud, which is the classic Calipari, the classic Kentucky. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm enamored by it. Cal's kind of just like subtly like doing the same stuff though.
It'll be a fun storyline to watch again. I don't know if the storyline will ever truly fade either, given the way it ended and given what Calipari did for Kentucky and how that's the way that tenure went.
It's also not going to fade because of how close they are and how competitive it is. And these two teams are competitive, but they're both competitive in the same lens, right? Like I think Kentucky is favorite to win the SEC championship. I mean, how far away is Arkansas though? On paper, at least, right? Like they're better than Bama. I think they're better than Tennessee. Florida's in the middle of the two, probably.
I would put Florida way ahead. Florida is in the
Nah.
Kentucky tier. I think I actually take that back. I think Kentucky's in the Florida tier.
No, 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 no. Well, different discussion. Kentucky is ahead of Florida substantially.
Different discussion. Different
Different
discussion.
discussion.
Yes.
Different
Let's stay on topic, which we are so good at here on Sleepers Media. Staying on topic.
way different discussion. But Arkansas, respectfully to Florida, the last thing I'm gonna say on Florida, and don't pull up to my crib with a dude that was on my team and you talking about he's your best player. I'm good. I'm good over here. Respectfully to Boogie, New York point God, but don't pull up to my crib with my leftovers.
Is it your leftovers if you wanted him back?
Yes, because at the
Or
same
did
time,
or did he leave you for something better?
maybe we're about to find out.
We'll
Best
find
guard
out.
on the court. Best guard.
No,
Did he leave because he wouldn't get to beat out my guy in ACAF though?
different conversation for a different
Different
day.
conversation. Different conversation.
Nonetheless, when Arkansas and Kentucky play, it's going to matter a ton. No matter how either team is doing, there's going to be a lot of intrigue around that game, as there will be as long as Calipari's at Arkansas. And there's going to be the undercurrent of we're going to go get them. Maybe that comes a little more from Kentucky this year too, given they lost last year. But fun to see.
This video is brought to you by NBA 2K Labs, or maybe college football labs, because the people behind 2K Labs have just built something awesome. CFBLabs.com has everything you need to play college football 26 even better. Cart, you've been playing the game, right?
I have been, but I'm behind the eight ball, Gregory. There's a lot of people out there who got a little bit of edge on me, but the good folks over at 2K Labs got me covered. They got the playbooks I need, the plays, the head-to-head coaches, knowing some teams. Obviously, way too many college football teams. I need the inside edge here, and they got all different types of things to help me get that edge.
Yeah, I jumped in and started playing Road to Glory over the weekend, and I ended up like a 2-star recruit that did not get one snap in season one because I chose the wrong school with the wrong roster that was way too loaded. Had I known that CFBLabs.com exists, I would have made a much more wise decision in my Road to Glory mode. They've got teams, playbooks, coaches, team comparison tools. You can literally see every single play in the game, every player in the game, their rating, what they're good at, all in one consolidated place online to help you make the right choices and win more games in college football 26. CFBLabs.com. Go check it out.